Have you ever felt like someone finally saw you? Not just looked at you, but truly, deeply saw you for who you are? Like a hidden part of your soul that you've tucked away for so long suddenly came to light, and in that moment, you weren't invisible anymore. Something just shifted. Someone has just discovered the real you. And now, they can't stop thinking about you. There's a stirring in the air. Can you feel it? The kind of shift that makes you stop and wonder, what just changed? Why are you suddenly the center of someone's thoughts, their curiosity, their awakening? Maybe you've been misunderstood for a long time, labeled, judged, or underestimated. You've smiled when it hurt, stayed silent when the world tried to speak for you, and held on even when your heart felt like letting go. And yet, deep down, you knew. There was something extraordinary about your spirit that hadn't been noticed, until now. What if I told you that all of that was preparing you for this exact moment? The moment someone peered beyond the surface and realized there was so much more to you. That your soul carries a light they never expected. That your kindness, your strength, your silence, it all meant something. What if this is the reason why you've been feeling those sudden emotions lately? The chills on your skin for no reason, the unexpected dreams, the thoughts that seem to arrive out of nowhere. What if someone is thinking of you, right now, because they've seen your true self, and their soul is awakening because of it? Stay with me, because this isn't just another coincidence. This is a divine unfolding, a spiritual realization. A cosmic mirror reflecting back to them a version of you that is unforgettable. Maybe you're feeling confused about these emotions bubbling up, like waves crashing onto a shore you thought was calm. You might be asking, why now? Why this person? Why does it feel so intense? And the truth is, something powerful is happening behind the scenes. Something the universe has been orchestrating for you. Because when someone truly sees you, your pain, your purpose, your heart, it creates a ripple in both of your lives. In this message, we're going to dive deep into what this means. Why this person is suddenly drawn to you. What their realization means for your spiritual journey. And how this moment could change everything for you, emotionally, energetically, even romantically. By the time we're done, you won't just understand why this is happening. You'll feel empowered to embrace the spotlight your soul was always meant to shine in. Because this time, they didn't just look at you, they recognized you. Throughout history, there have always been moments when one soul recognizes another, not with the eyes, but with the heart. It's not something that can be easily explained, but it's something that can be deeply felt. This isn't a modern phenomenon. It's ancient. It's divine. And right now, you're in the middle of it. From the beginning of time, people have sensed this kind of invisible pull. In ancient Greece, they called it anamkara, a soul friend. In Eastern philosophies, it's often referred to as karmic recognition, where past life bonds echo into the present. And in many indigenous cultures, this moment of soul recognition is seen as sacred, a spiritual reunion meant to change the course of one's path. These connections aren't random. They're divinely timed. And in your case, someone has recently encountered this feeling, with you. They might not even fully understand it yet. All they know is that something about you feels familiar, comforting, magnetic. And now, you're living rent-free in their thoughts. Not because of your outer appearance, but because of something far more profound. They've discovered a truth about you that most others have overlooked. This kind of recognition happens when the soul is ready to awaken. Sometimes, it occurs suddenly, like a flood of memories, emotions, or realizations. Other times, it builds slowly, through repeated encounters, dreams, or even spiritual signs. The person thinking about you now may have initially dismissed their feelings. Maybe they told themselves it was just a passing thought, a random memory, or a coincidence. But the truth is, your presence triggered something within them. A longing, a realization, a sense of unfinished business or unspoken connection. Have you ever heard of twin flames or mirrored souls? These are spiritual terms for relationships that ignite transformation. Often, when one person awakens to this connection, the other starts to feel it too. And when this energetic pull becomes strong enough, the universe begins placing synchronicities in both of your lives. That's when the dreams begin. The name popping up unexpectedly. The feeling of déjà vu when they think of you. The sudden emotions that don't make sense until they remember your face. Even in modern times, this concept is showing up in countless stories. People separated by time, space, or silence, yet unable to stop thinking about each other. Why? Because souls never forget their mirrors. And energy, once recognized, cannot be unseen. There's a woman in Brazil who shared how she kept hearing a specific song every time she thought about a person she hadn't seen in years. That person, they had just started dreaming about her, every single night. There's a man in Canada who walked into a bookstore and felt an overwhelming pull toward a book he'd never heard of. When he opened it, a handwritten note fell out with a name on it. It was the name of someone he had dreamt about just 2 days earlier. That person turned out to be a friend from his childhood he hadn't spoken to in 20 years. These aren't isolated events. They are signs of soul remembrance. And you, whether you know it or not, are the subject of that kind of remembering. Someone has started connecting the dots. They're looking back at every interaction, every glance, every word you ever shared, and realizing there was something more underneath. Something they didn't notice before. Something they can't unsee now. You might not have heard from this person yet. Or maybe you've been feeling their presence more often. Thoughts of them crossing your mind randomly. Songs, memories, symbols, all coming in waves. That's not just nostalgia. It's energetic communication. Because when the soul remembers, it sends messages in subtle, but persistent ways. So now, the question isn't just, why are they thinking about me? It's deeper than that. The real question is, why now? Why is their soul waking up to yours in this exact season of your life? Could it be that you've grown so much spiritually and emotionally that the universe decided it's time for the truth to be seen? That someone who once misjudged you is now being divinely guided to reevaluate everything they thought they knew about you? The timing is not random. The universe never acts without purpose. Right now, someone is being pulled into your energy field, not by manipulation, not by desire, but by truth. And that truth is, you are more powerful, more radiant, and more real than they ever allowed themselves to see. And now that they've seen the real you, they can't stop thinking. When the universe wants to get your attention, or someone else's, it doesn't always shout. Instead, it whispers, gently, repeatedly, through signs, through symbols, through subtle nudges that seem to defy logic, yet feel so powerfully real. And lately, the signs surrounding you have been undeniable. Let's begin with what you've already been noticing. Has a specific song kept playing over and over again, no matter where you go? A song that instantly reminds you of someone, or awakens a feeling you can't quite explain. That's not just a coincidence. That's vibrational alignment. Music carries frequency, and certain lyrics vibrate directly with your soul's memory. Now, let's talk about numbers. Have you been seeing repeating digits like 1111, 222, 444, or 777? These are known as angel numbers, and each one carries a message from the divine. When someone begins thinking of you heavily, your energy field expands, and the universe begins showing these numbers to both of you to confirm the alignment is real. 1111 is a divine doorway. It's often a signal that someone is spiritually awakening and thinking deeply about you at a soul level. A 222 is a message of union, balance, and relationships. It speaks of someone being in alignment with your energy. 444 offers divine protection and guidance. It shows that you're being spiritually guarded through this unfolding connection. A 777 is a powerful sign that spiritual truths are being revealed, and someone is beginning to see you clearly, for who you truly are. And what about dreams? Have you had vivid or emotional dreams recently involving a certain person? Or maybe you're waking up with a lingering feeling that someone was with you during the night, even if you can't recall the dream itself? That's not just your imagination. That's soul-to-soul communication happening in the astral plane. Many times, when someone begins thinking about you intensely, their energy starts to reach out in the spirit realm. This often causes shared dream experiences or sudden intuitive thoughts upon waking, like their name appearing in your mind or the memory of their voice echoing in your heart. Even your body reacts to these spiritual signals. You might feel sudden chills down your spine, pressure on your chest, a racing heartbeat when there's no physical reason. You could feel a subtle sense of being watched or accompanied when you're alone. Or perhaps you're experiencing a constant tug in your heart chakra, like your soul is trying to guide you toward someone who's thinking of you right now. Nature, too, plays a role in revealing messages. Birds, butterflies, feathers, even sudden weather shifts. These are often used by angels to confirm divine energy is moving around you. If you've been seeing butterflies or doves more frequently, that's a sure sign of spiritual transformation and connection. Then there are sudden thoughts, mental interruptions you didn't plan. You could be working, cleaning, or simply relaxing, and suddenly, their name flashes through your mind. You hear their laughter in your memory. You get a wave of sadness, or longing, or even happiness connected to them. Why? Because when someone's soul is speaking about you, or to you, on a deep level, your subconscious mind becomes the receiver of that spiritual message. And these messages don't come to torment you. They come to wake you up to a shift that's already begun. Let's talk about social signs too. Have you been stumbling across their social media? Or maybe seeing people who look like them in public? Even hearing someone mention their name in passing, or randomly seeing a movie or post that reminds you of your connection with them? That's no accident. That's divine orchestration. Every one of those random moments is a breadcrumb being dropped in your path, guiding you toward understanding this truth. Someone is thinking of you deeply, constantly, and with a growing emotional awareness that they cannot deny. And this is bigger than romance. This could be someone who once misunderstood you, someone who walked away, someone who once chose silence over truth. But now they see what they couldn't see before. The signs around you are amplifying because they are receiving signs too. Their heart is being softened. Their mind is being stirred. Their spirit is being awakened. And it's you who is at the center of this awakening. When heaven wants to bring two souls into alignment, whether for love, closure, healing, or purpose, it uses everything in its divine power to ensure both parties start to feel, see, and respond to the call. So if you've been feeling emotionally heavy lately, or strangely excited without reason, it's because your soul is preparing for a shift, one that involves this person, one that's divinely written. Right now, the signs are not random. They are roadmaps, clues from the divine. And every symbol, every dream, every intuitive hit is pointing to one central truth. You are being thought of, remembered, and spiritually sought after. And soon, that truth is going to break into the physical realm in a way that will leave no doubt. My beloved, Have you ever felt a storm within you, yet no clouds above you? Felt your heart swell with emotions, yet no one around you truly knew why? This, dear soul, is the sacred pull of divine energy. And right now, your emotional and spiritual body is in deep communion with a soul who has begun to remember you, recognize you, and reach for you, even if they haven't spoken it aloud. Let us begin by talking about the emotional waves you've likely been feeling. Some days, you wake up feeling a strange heaviness, a weight in your chest, as though something is trying to surface. Other days, you feel an unexplained hope, joy, even euphoria, as if something good is coming your way, though you cannot point to any evidence around you. This is your soul preparing for a divine encounter. It's the emotional echo of someone thinking of you, sending energy your way, often unknowingly. When someone connects with you spiritually, especially through deep thought or emotional focus, your soul feels it first, long before your mind can make sense of it. Your body, too, begins to reflect this hidden spiritual interaction. You may have experienced sudden bursts of energy, followed by deep fatigue. You may find yourself craving solitude, needing space to think, to feel, to be still. Or you may have even cried without knowing why. That's not weakness. That's your heart cleansing itself to receive a truth that's on its way. Now let's talk about how your inner spirit is being impacted. Something has shifted in your awareness, hasn't it? You're beginning to see life differently. You feel more connected to your intuition. You trust your inner knowing more than you used to. You find yourself praying more, meditating more, speaking to your angels in silence. Why is this happening? Because when someone's soul begins to call for yours, when their energy begins to orbit around you, your own frequency starts rising to meet theirs. This isn't just emotional. It's spiritual alignment. Even your dream life changes. Your sleep becomes more vivid. You wake up in the middle of the night at the same hour repeatedly, often between 2 a.m. and 4 a.m., the hours known for spiritual downloads and soul awakenings. You may even dream of past conversations, unspoken words, or alternate versions of events that never occurred in real life. All of this is happening because your soul is engaging in a deeper journey. And this is where the angels want to comfort you. Even when you feel confused, even when your heart aches for clarity, you are not lost. You are being refined. You are being guided towards something holy. This emotional intensity you're feeling, it's not punishment, it's preparation. You're being stretched spiritually so you can hold the blessing that's coming. Because when that person you've been sensing finally steps forward, when they reach out, open their heart, or reveal the truth that's been living inside them, your soul will already be ready. You will not be surprised. You will be awakened. You'll remember all the signs, all the dreams, all the moments your soul whispered, something is coming. And what's more powerful is that they, too, are being affected. Yes, the one who's thinking of you, the one whose soul has been circling yours in silence. They are starting to feel it in their chest. They're having memories resurface, feelings they thought they buried long ago. They're being pulled into a mirror of their own reflection, and in that reflection, they see you. It's making them restless. It's making them question everything. And it's softening their heart in ways they didn't expect. This isn't a fleeting thought. This isn't just a daydream. This is an energetic connection so strong, so divinely orchestrated, that even the spiritual realm has taken notice. Your angels are standing nearby, ensuring that you do not lose faith in this sacred alignment. They are whispering to you through signs, songs, synchronicities, and symbols, because they know your heart is tender, and they know how long you've waited. Yes, you've cried in secret. Yes, you've battled confusion, wondering if what you feel is real. Yes, You've questioned your worth, your timing, your purpose. But hear this now. You have never been forgotten. You have never been overlooked. You have never been unseen by the one who made you, and by the one whose spirit has started to see you again. This is a sacred unfolding, and though it may still be invisible to the eye, it is already undeniable to the soul. Let your heart rest in this truth. You are being thought of. You are being felt. And soon, you will be known in a way you've never been known before. My cherished soul, as you sit in silence, in wonder, maybe even in ache, the angels are speaking, and their message for you is clear, radiant, and deeply personal. They want you to know you are being remembered in love. Yes, right now, in the heavenly realm, your name is being spoken over with care, with protection, and with divine intention. Because the person whose spirit has been stirred lately, the one whose heart you keep feeling, has entered a moment of heavenly interruption. The angels have seen their unrest. They've seen the tug-of-war between fear and truth. They've witnessed the moments they nearly reached out, and the moments they turned away in silence. And now, the angels have stepped in, not to force, not to punish, but to reveal. They are lifting the veil from this person's eyes, showing them the meaning behind the bond that keeps pulling at their soul. They're being shown dreams. They're being sent messages through people, songs, and patterns. Their heart is being cracked open, not for pain, but for purpose. Why now? Why suddenly? Because the time has ripened. Because you have grown in strength, in faith, and in self-love. And because the energy between your soul and theirs has reached a vibration that heaven can no longer ignore. The angels want you to understand this. This connection is not a coincidence. This pull, this feeling, this spiritual echo, it's not in your head. It is real. It is sacred. And it has a divine assignment. You've been asking questions like, why can't I forget them? Why do I feel them thinking about me? Why does their name show up just when I'm trying to move on? And the angels gently answer, because this person's soul still has something to say to you. There's a truth they've buried. There's an apology they're forming. There's a confession waiting to bloom. And heaven won't let them forget. Not until they confront it. Not until they come forward. Even now, the angels are whispering into their dreams. They're nudging their heart at unexpected times. They're orchestrating divine appointments, little delays and reroutes in their life that are all pointing to one thing. You. You see, this person was allowed to drift, for a time. But now, they are being brought to stillness, to remembrance, to truth. And what is the truth? That they felt something with you they've never felt with anyone else. That your presence left an imprint on their soul that no one else has been able to erase. That your energy, your love, your kindness, your very being, awakened something inside of them. Something holy. They tried to silence it. They distracted themselves. They told themselves it was just a phase. But the angels say, you can't outrun what's divine. And now, as they sit in their quiet moments, they feel the weight of what they didn't say. They feel the warmth of the connection they couldn't explain. They feel you. Yes, they feel you. The angels are urging you, dear heart, to stay soft, to stay open. Because what's coming isn't just an apology. It's an awakening. And when it comes, it won't just be a message. It will be a shift, a surrender, a sacred opening of heart to heart. But let us also speak gently of your own heart. The angels want you to be discerning. Not every message from someone is meant to be received with open arms. Some are meant to bring closure. Others bring clarity. and some bring new beginnings. That is why they are preparing you just as much as they are preparing them. Your strength is needed. Your boundaries are holy. And your self-worth, it is protected by heaven. When this message reaches you, whether in a letter, a conversation, a sudden moment of truth, you will know by the peace it carries. It won't feel like chaos. It won't feel like confusion. It will feel like recognition. Your spirit will say, "Yes, I knew this moment would come." Because you did. Because deep down, your soul never stopped listening to the whispers. Even in your loneliness, you were being led. Even in your heartbreak, you were being healed. And even in the silence, the angels were working. So now, the angels ask you one thing. Don't harden your heart. Let it be wise, yes. Let it be guarded, yes. But never let it be bitter. Because love is still a language your soul speaks fluently. And your heart is still the sacred home for a miracle in motion. Something beautiful is forming. Someone is coming to tell you something that has lived in silence for too long. And when they do, you will be ready. Because the angels didn't just prepare them. They prepared you too. My beloved child. The angels are circling closely now, and they're smiling, not because it's easy, but because it's time. Yes, time is shifting. Destiny is whispering, and the heavens are moving with divine precision on your behalf. You've asked, "When?" You've pleaded, "How long must I wait?" And oh, how patiently you have stood in faith, in stillness, in hope. But listen closely now. This is no longer about waiting. This is about aligning. Because when something is destined, it doesn't need to be chased. It needs to be recognized. The angels are confirming. Divine timing is unlocking doors you thought were sealed. There were delays, yes, but they weren't denials. They were detours filled with lessons, on worth, on love, on healing, on preparation. You were never being punished, only positioned. See, the truth is, heaven has a clock, but it doesn't tick like the world's clock. It's not bound by seconds, minutes, or even years. Heaven works by ripeness, by readiness of the heart, by the maturity of the soul. And now the time is ripe. This person you've been connected to, this one who's been heavy on your spirit, they're being aligned right now by angelic timing. They had to go through a process, not so they could be perfect, but so they could be present. Present enough to recognize you. Present enough to finally speak their truth. Present enough to honor what heaven whispered to their heart all along. You are the one they felt safest with. There is a stirring in their spirit. They might not even understand it fully, but they feel it. They feel the nudges at 2 a.m. They feel the memory of your kindness resurfacing out of nowhere. They hear your name, and it does something inside them. This isn't random. It's revelation. And for you, dear one, the angels are giving you signs too. You're not imagining the synchronicities. You're not crazy for hearing the same song play multiple times. You're not delusional for dreaming of them when you least expect it. These are not coincidences. These are confirmations. The number patterns, the feathers, the chills you get when thinking of them, the sudden flash of their name, this is all part of heaven's language. Divine timing is not passive. It is precise. It is active. It is unfolding moment by moment in ways seen and unseen. Right now, the angels are arranging something that will bring you clarity, comfort, and possibly connection. But here's the beauty. Even if the outcome doesn't look the way you once pictured, it will always serve your soul. The angels promise. If they return to you, it will be because they've been readied. If they reach out, it will be with truth. If they speak, it will be with humility. And if the path turns in a different direction, you will still rise. You will still be honored. You will still walk in purpose. Because this isn't just about them coming back. It's about you standing fully in who you've become. The person you are now, the one who's been healing, praying, growing, that version of you is magnetic. Heaven is drawn to it. And the people meant for you are being drawn too. So how will you know the timing is right? There will be peace, not pressure. There will be ease, not confusion. There will be recognition, not resistance. And above all, there will be truth. The kind of truth that shakes the dust off of old misunderstandings. The kind of truth that sets both hearts free. The kind of truth that aligns not just emotions, but spiritual contracts. Because yes, dear one, this is deeper than attraction. This is soul level. And soul level timing is never rushed, never forced. When the angels move, they move in wholeness. And right now, they're moving in your favor. So breathe, trust, watch, because something is building behind the scenes. Something holy, something only God could write. You won't have to guess. You won't have to beg. You won't have to chase. What's meant for you is already finding its way. Not in chaos, but in calm. Not in desperation, but in destiny. And when the moment comes, when their truth meets your healing, you will know that every delay, every tear, every unanswered question, was heaven's way of saying, I was preparing something greater than you imagined. You are not waiting in vain. You are waiting in victory. And the angels are already celebrating what's on its way to you. Beloved, as you draw closer to the end of this message, let your heart receive this final truth. Heaven is not far. The angels are not silent. And God has not forgotten you. There are moments in your journey when it feels like you're carrying everything alone. You smile in public, but you cry in private. You give strength to others, yet silently battle your own weariness. You love with a heart that's been bruised, and still hope for restoration. And that, dear soul, is what makes you so precious in the eyes of heaven. God sees you. He sees how you're still standing, even with trembling knees. He sees how you forgive, even when you've received no apology. He sees how you pray, not just for yourself, but for others. He sees the longing in your spirit for truth, connection, and divine intervention. And here's the comfort the angels bring today. You are not alone in this. Even in your silence, they've been singing over you. Even in your confusion, they've been whispering peace. Even in your heartbreak, they've been gathering every tear like treasure. You were never abandoned. You were being cradled in ways your human eyes couldn't see. And now, the season is shifting. Something sacred is being stirred. There's a breaking happening, not to destroy, but to release, to break chains, to break lies, to break the silence that has kept two souls apart. The person heaven is dealing with right now, they're feeling the weight of truth. Not guilt, not shame, but truth. The truth that you were sent into their life as a gift, that your presence was a divine appointment, not a random moment, and that running from you meant running from themselves. They're tired, tired of pretending, tired of hiding, tired of masking the part of them that still wonders what could have been, what could still be. And while they wrestle with that inner storm, you are being clothed in light. Heaven is surrounding you with favor, grace, and strength, because when they do come forward, and they will, it will require a strong, healed, radiant you. A you who doesn't respond from pain, but from power. A you who doesn't react with resentment, but with wisdom. A you who understands that your worth was never tied to their validation, but to your Creator's declaration. So hear this now. You are enough. You are not too much. You are not hard to love. You are not a mistake. You are not forgotten. You are not replaceable. You are chosen. You are covered. You are rising. And the heavens are rejoicing, not just over what's coming to you, but over who you've become. There is a reward for your patience. There is beauty being exchanged for your ashes. There is divine clarity entering places where confusion once lived. So what should you do now? Stay grounded in your truth. Keep shining your light. Keep nurturing your soul. Keep trusting that the angels are handling the parts you can't control. Because what's ahead will surprise you in the most holy, heart-softening way. There will be a message, a meeting, a moment of divine collision, where what you've prayed for and what you've prepared for will finally align. They will speak, and when they do, you will hear more than words. You'll hear healing. You'll hear vulnerability. You'll hear the echo of God saying, "This is the moment I was preparing you for." But no matter what they say, whether it's an apology, an invitation, or a confession, you will be okay. You will be covered. You will be protected. Because your peace doesn't come from their presence. It comes from my presence. And I, your God, am always with you. So walk in confidence. Rest in assurance. Celebrate in advance. The angels are clearing the way. The gates are opening. And the story that once felt paused is about to turn a brand new page. This is the season where secrets are revealed, where souls are reconciled, where tears are wiped, where joy returns. So let your heart rejoice. Let your spirit rise. Let your faith anchor you, because heaven has decided. It's your time now, and no force, no lie, no delay can stop what has already been written. You are deeply loved. You are fully seen, and the angels say, "Get ready."